So today we are starting with our set 5 on Hindu Marriage Act. We have done almost a good number of questions in our previous set of Hindu Marriage Act. So let's begin with this our set. And for those who are new to our series, let me tell you that you need just a brief reading of the Bare Act and a few case laws for your Hindu law, and your Hindu Marriage Act will be done. And this is not a very difficult subject, since family laws are concerning the families, so we are somehow related to it or somehow know it, so this will be an easy thing. Then for those who are preparing for CLAT or DU, LLB, LLM, or the 5-year integrated course, just have a brief idea about this, and you will get a good marks. And in our series we are trying to cover all the questions that can be possibly in your entrance exams. And for those who are preparing for judiciary, many states do not have Hindu laws or family laws as a subject, but those who have, they just ask you brief questions and they're not much difficult. And all the questions that we are doing are very good for prelims, so you can just go through the series once or twice and keep on revision through videos only, then you will learn the things. So now, without wasting any much time, let's start with our first question for the day. A decree of nullity in case of a void marriage under section 11 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955 can be obtained by A. Man, B. Woman, C. either by the man or by the woman, D. only by the woman and not by the man. So the correct answer is C, either by a man or by the woman. So anyone can file the application, it can be obtained by any of the parties. Now next question. Void marriages have been described under section 9, section 10, section 11 or section 12 of Hindu Marriage Act. So it is section 11 of Hindu Marriage Act. You can refer the section. The marginal note only itself says void marriages. Any marriage solemnized after the commencement of this act, or one on the presentation, this be so declared if they have not complied with the conditions that are there in clause 1, 4 or 5 of section 5. Section 5 deals with the conditions or the essentials of a Hindu marriage, and if the parties are not complying with it, then in what is mentioned in 1st, 4th, 5th, then the marriages are considered to be void marriages. Now next question. Non-registration of the marriage under section 8 of Hindu Marriage Act invalidates the marriage and calls for the imposition of penalty. B. does not invalidate the marriage but calls for the imposition of penalty. C. neither invalidates the marriage nor calls for the imposition of penalty. D. makes the marriage voidable. So the correct answer is C, neither invalidates the marriage nor call for the imposition of penalty. So section 8 deals with a registration of marriage. Now registration of a Hindu marriage under section 8 of the act is compulsory, optional, may be compulsory by the state government, both B and C. So the correct answer is D. It can be made by compulsory by the state government if state governments come up with the notification that registration of marriages are compulsory. Then the marriages that are solemnized in that state must get their marriage registered. Otherwise, in section 8, it is an optional affair. It's an optional thing. You can see here section 8, registration of Hindu marriage for the purpose of felicitating the proof of Hindu marriages. The state government may, the word mentioned here is may make the rules providing that the parties to any such marriage may have the particulars relating to their marriage entered in such manner and subject to the conditions may be prescribed the Hindu marriage register kept for the purpose. So this is may. May means it's not an obligatory thing. In case of now next question is that in case of a bigamous marriage, the second wife, A has the status of wife, B has no status of wife, C has may have or may not have status of wife, D, either A or C. The correct option is it does not have the status of wife.